Hello, my name is Keith Flapp, beloved star of stage and screen. And on the night of November 14th, 1999, I was bloody murdered. Or was I? Just joshing. Julius Warren, professional Keith Flapp impersonator, available for birthdays, hen do's, crime documentary reconstructions. Oh, do you want to know who I think killed him?
Not really.
Well, we think it was you.
Fuck's sake.
Julius Warren, you're under arrest for the murder of Richard Prent and Malloy Mangle. Only Julius isn't your real name, is it, son?
No, it's a stage name, I confess.
Oh, he confesses.
No, I mean my name is...
Keith Flapp. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You faked your own death, started a new career as an impressionist of yourself.
Disgusting.
And then started murdering people all over the show.
No, sorry, if I was Keith, I'd be in my 60s by now.
How old are you?
Fuck!
36.
Fuck. Stupid. Stupid little piggy. Stupid.
It's a good theory.
Was it, though?
Just want to solve crimes.
Hey. Solving crimes is really hard.
It is.
Sarge.
It is.
Yeah? It's okay.
Thank you.
Look at me. You okay there? Will you? Chin up.
Sorry, are we still...
Yes, it's still rolling.
Okay.
Cut all that.
So sorry, Julius.
Just from the top. Yeah.
In Malloy's ground-up flesh. And you don't think you should stop making your little documentary?
I'm sorry, but this extra security that you've hired to protect us all from being killed by this murderous psychopath. What happens when you finished filming your documentary? What, are you just going to leave us all to die?
Well, I think whoever's doing this is trying to stop us from finding out who killed your dad, because we're getting close to the truth.
Wait. No, this isn't the same person who killed my dad.
How do you know that?
Because the person who killed my dad would have had good reason. Probably. I mean, they're not a maniac.
No, I wasn't at the theatre that night. I was with Malloy. Not that he can verify that anymore. That's 2 husbands gone now. 3 if you count Detective Brent. And we were only married 6 months.
I'm sure it's here somewhere. Ah! See? Just like I told the coppers. I was on stage the whole time that night. 200-seater venue. Ask anyone who was there.
Yeah, we tried doing that, but according to the theatre's records, you didn't sell any tickets, meaning you don't have an alibi.
Well, I was a pro. Doesn't matter how many tickets I sell, I get up on stage, even if no one shows up because of bloody Keith!
Of course I was there. First night of the run. There'd been a very badly reviewed production of Starlight Express on at the venue until the night before. So the theatre were really banking on us to bring in an audience. At 8:20 p.m, I went to Keith's dressing room to drop off his usual bottle of Tesco Value single malt. He always drank the whole thing during the interval, which began at 8:30, by which time I was in the theatre bar from 8:22 until 8:48, which was verified by security footage. Then I went back to the dressing room, discovered Keith's body, and called the emergency services at 8:52.
You have a very good memory.
Oh, thank you. The detectives said the same.
But when we spoke to Detective Brent...
There weren't any whiskey at the crime scene.
Well, there's only one explanation. The stabber took it.
Why would someone take a bottle of Tesco value single malt after stabbing Keith? It costs 38p.
Because only a psycho would drink it? And murderers are psychos. Do I have to do your whole job for you?
I guess I just feel like the only reason the killer would have taken the whiskey is if it had something to do with Keith's death.
That's ridiculous. You think the whiskey stabbed him? You think a whiskey bottle picked up a knife and drove it into Keith's chest? Big physical struggle drove the blade into his heart? Is that what you think? Wait, are you suggesting I'm in cahoots with this whiskey bottle? Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, maybe the whiskey is a hired assassin and a master of disguise and tiny. Maybe I snuck a tiny little hitman into Keith's dressing room and dressed him up in a cute little whiskey bottle costume so no one would get suspicious when I carried him inside. Is that your theory, Esther Farrago? Hey, maybe we should find the whiskey bottle and extract a confession. Here, I've got something you can practice with. Go on. Big exclusive interview. Did you kill Keith Flapp? Admit it. That's how absurd you sound right now.
I don't think Keith died in the interval. Because I saw him die on stage. I've seen crashing planes land better than some of the jokes he was telling.
He finds plane crashes very funny.
Everyone does, Susan. They just don't admit it.
Susan, did you like the show?
She wasn't there. You weren't there. Remember? Susan? Remember not being there?
Oh, yes. I remember where I was. There.
I went solo.
Could Henry have gone by himself?
No.
Yes, I saw the show that night. I bought myself VIP tickets because they said you got to meet Keith after the show. But when I got there, they checked my name against Keith's restraining orders. Wouldn't let me backstage. The whole thing's mental, right? How is it harassment to go through his bins? It's all stuff he doesn't even want anymore. I mean, even if his hair or saliva is still on it, it's hair and saliva he no longer needs. But I do.
Yeah, your ticket there. Could you just show us again? Yeah. Thank you. The ticket says 1 of 2. Who did you go with?
Oh, so I did. I bought a ticket for the fan club treasurer, but they didn't go. In the end, always more of a Henry honey than a fungo fanatic, you know.
What was the treasurer's name?
I don't think that matters. If they didn't go. Anyway, the first half of the show was a riot. He had this great bit about an epic war between puppets and dummies and how puppets should get strung up by their strings.
Yes, but you must know their name if they were involved in your...
Please! Stop asking me about them. Okay? They weren't there. That's the end of it.
Of course I was at the show. Front row. Fungo always had a very particular sense of humour. I was keen to see the public's reaction. One for you. One for me. One for you?
No, sorry, I don't drink white spirit.
Oh. I have some orange juice in the fridge if you want a mixer.
No, thank you, it's fine. Mr. Rolex, you don't have an alibi. You explicitly wanted Keith dead, and you seem like quite a violent man.
And what are you basing that on?
Well, for the last few minutes, you've been strangling your cat on your lap, and your cat looks a lot like Keith.
Look, I'm a human rights lawyer, okay? I've saved terrorists, mass murderers, from the death penalty. I think no one deserves to die. No one. Except Keith. But that doesn't mean I killed him. And if you make me look like a murderer in your film, I'll fucking kill you! So, you want the truth? I know who stabbed Keith. I admit I may have gone to the theatre that night to have a little word with Keith, but when I got there, I saw his son, Tom, running from the dressing room covered in blood. And crying, which I thought was pathetic. You've just killed someone. That's the manliest thing a person can do. Don't ruin it. So obviously, after seeing that, I didn't go into the dressing room. Next day, murders on the news. So there you have it. It was Tom Flapp. What more proof do you need?
Well, a lot more proof. You're going to trust a guy who literally released a single called Die By My Hand, Keith Flapp?
I won't be in disguise, Keith, I won't be underhand. I'll play this to the jury on the witness stand. I'll kick down your front door, Keith, ampersand. I want you to die by, I want you to die by, yes, I want you to die by my hand.
I don't think that proves anything, other than that I'm an excellent lyricist.
If there was anyone covered in blood, it would have been Malloy, as in the guy whose knife it was, and who loved killing, and who was found covered in blood.
But the coroner's report exonerated Malloy. Your dad was asphyxiated before he was stabbed, and...
That doesn't mean it was me. All you have is Dickie's word for it that he saw me covered in blood that night. You have no evidence.
Yes! Now that you mention it, Tom was covered in blood when he came home that night. Wait a minute. Oh, here we are. I had to take a photo. I thought it was so funny.
Why were you covered in blood?
I told you. I was with Malloy all night.
You didn't question why your son was covered in blood?
I just assumed. Tom has one of those faces that invites physical confrontation. Doesn't he? Oh, you've met him. Doesn't he just have one of those faces that makes you want to break his nose or something? Oh, I never did. Just always had the urge.
Okay, so maybe I was covered in what might have looked like blood that night, but if it was blood, then that means that it couldn't have been me who killed him, right? Because you said that he was asphyxiated before he was stabbed, so if he was dead, there wouldn't have been any blood pressure, so no spattered blood.
And what would you say is the secret to your success?
Oh, that's easy. High blood pressure. Abnormally high. If you prick me with a pin right now, the blood would have your eye out.
Ooh, don't threaten me with a good time.
My doctor told me that my blood pressure was so unhealthy that even if I were strangled to death and my heart stopped beating, the build-up of pressure would keep the blood pumping for 20 minutes at least. The only way to get my blood pressure down to normal levels would be, ironically, if I died.
Oh?
Happy to help you test that theory out if you need, Keith.
Oh, Fungo, you scallywag. Anyway, that literal, constant internal pressure is what made me such a good ventriloquist.
Okay, so I didn't want to say anything because it looks really bad that I was there. But I didn't kill him. I'll tell you exactly what happened on one condition. Are you making reconstructions for this?
Is everything all right?
No, I can't do this. Keith would never say this, and I pride myself on an authentic recreation of the man himself.
What if we gave you more money?
Well, Keith would have done pretty much anything for money. So that's in character for him.
So here is definitely 100% what went down. Dad invited me to the show that night, and he said that I should go up to his dressing room in the interval. I follow him in, he pours himself a drink, and then he turns to me and he says, "Son, I am super sorry I didn't treat you right as a kid."
I actually loved you more than your brother, who I hated.
I just am really bad with names and I got you mixed up. I actually thought that it was you who
died at the Coconut Shy. And I've only just realised. Whoops. From now on, you're going to get the life you deserve.
Trips to Thorpe Park.
Trips to Chessington World of Adventures. Trips to Didcot Railway Museum. Trips to Legoland Windsor.
And he holds his arms out for a hug, and I hug him, and all of the pain and anger and hurt just evaporates. Because he really did say all of this. I mean, these are probably the last things he ever said. But weird thing, he was wearing this blood pack on his chest for the second half of Ventriloquist, and he hugged me so tight that it exploded all over him and me, but it was just fake blood. And he was alive and unstabbed, and we laughed about it and
about it. It's all right. Yeah, really fun. Yeah.
He gave me a little forehead kiss. So if Mr. Rolex said that he saw me running out crying, it's because I was crying with happiness. But I can totally see how you know, without that context, you might think that I really killed my dad because of how much I thought he hated me. But I didn't kill Dad.
What? This? Oh, it's fine. Everything's poisonous if you have too much of it. The key is moderation and keeping it away from open flames.
Madam Puckerbrush, I know it was a long time ago, but do you recognise any of these people from that night?
Oh. I recognise him. He was sat next to me. I remember thinking how strange it was that a member of the backstage crew would be sitting on the front row.
How do you know he was backstage crew?
Well, just before the interval, he wrote backstage crew in Tipp-Ex on his shirt. And then he didn't come back to his seat. I presumed he was busy doing backstage worker things, like wearing a tiny headset and not getting the credit for his work.
We have a witness who claims they saw you writing backstage crew on your shirt in Tipex while you were watching the show.
Well, that's not possible. I didn't do it while I was watching the show. Or at all. Who told you?
Darren, did you go backstage during the interval to try and meet Keith? Because you'd been denied the opportunity.
You're making it sound like I'm obsessed with him.
I mean, you're literally wearing his face on your T-shirt.
Why are you even asking about me? I mean, this documentary is meant to be about Keith, about how amazing he was, and no one else you're interviewing loved him like I did, appreciated him like I did, or wanted to protect him like I did. Even Keith didn't see how he was nothing without me. He put a restraining order on me. Me! The founder of his fan club. And I like to think that if he hadn't, if he'd let me be there for him, then what happened wouldn't have happened.
What do you mean by that?
No, I'm done. You can forget it. You don't deserve Keith. You don't deserve Keith. None of you deserve Keith.
He's just stormed out of his own house.
Mind if I ask you a question, miss?
Sure.
Do you think Fungo is funny?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like episodes of Fungo Stein just play on repeat in my head.
I mean, that little message he left you in Malloy Mangle's kitchen. Stop.
Wait, sorry, you think Fungo...
Murdered him? No! How could he? He's just a puppet. He's just a puppet.
Hi, Esther. What am I looking at? Where's your face? Hello? Are you actually there?
Oh, that's just a camera lens. I just thought it might be a cool shot.
Oh, of course, yeah. Anyway, thank you for getting back to me. I'm calling on behalf of Detective Prent. He left an item at our lab to be tested and said I should call directly with the results. Standard practice when we know the client's going to be in a true crime documentary. More dramatic.
Tested for what?
Poison. And see the... Sorry, is this going to be at the end of one of your episodes? Oh, no, I've got something for this. No, I've done this before. It's okay. Okay. The results confirm the presence of a... What?
Do it in a normal voice.
Yeah, good note. Yeah. The results confirm the presence of a very potent, fast-acting poison, concealed in a bottle.
I'm sorry, Doctor.
What?
Can I call you back?
No, this is the exciting twist. What?
Miss Farrago, something's happened to Henry. I just went out to get some groceries and he's been...
Susan, slow down.
Oh my God.
What's happened? Where's Henry?
There's no one on this planet crumb that I would rather see stabbed in the face and bollocks. Are you talking about me? Oh wait, I guess you can't be, 'cause I don't have any balls. So you must be referring to... That's right, Keith Flapp, of course. Fuck him. He shouldn't be on the telly unless it's on the evening news. A man's been found sliced with an axe and shit smeared in his wounds. His furry teeth and noxious breath are just too much to bear. So strangle him instead, my friend, let's get him off the air. I won't be in disguise, Keith, I won't be underhand. I'll play this to the jury on the witness stand. I'll kick down your front door, Keith, ampersand. I want you to die by, I want you to die by, yes, I want you to die by my hand.